miles away from weapons.
Nice and
I've paid my dues with your teeth. Where's me ammo?
bloody hell!
No tears moved. I don't think so. Right then. Let's get this over with. Bugger! Leave the dead. Coward! Come out and finish what we started.
What the?
Firing!
Better check it out.
Get it?
No, they're dead! Right!
Intruder sighted! You... Come on then!
That's right!
Need to reload! Hell's teeth!
Hey! You, cheeky!
myself. They buried the meatiest information well, but I found a few threads to follow. Talk to you about it soon.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the quarantine. Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
This is the transaction. Oberon must die. If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open. You will awaken as if from a nightmare. This sequence is assured. If Oberon is dead, then the way out will open. Others have and will offer you escape. To follow their advice is at best optimistic, at worst foolish. Be careful. Trust only me.
So I said to him, "Where's my pal Johnny? What you done with him?" And that bloody peacock says, "Oh, Mr. Wilmore is currently detained."
He never. They put poor Mr. Wilmore in that prison of theirs. What for?
Wouldn't say, would he? Eh? All full of martial law this and special powers that.
Ugh, bunch of little Hitlers.
Aye. Our Davy never came back from France in last one.
Oh, I know.
If he was still here with us, he'd have spat in the eye, that pompous little... The words fail me.
I know. But just keep mum about how cross you are, though. If they'll lock up Mr. Wilmore, they'll lock up anybody.
Work details.
Why here of all places? If they'd resolved to do something...
Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. So it seems. To visit this sort of thing upon the church is pure wickedness. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. Oh, thank you. I shan't forget your kindness, and nor shall Wyndham. Maisie, a local girl. She must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to, a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods. Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell Woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult. Certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out.
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear, in God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail. Aye, didn't touch her. It's horrid enough just to look at. Like someone wanted to make a scene. Wanted revenge or something. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours. Confess? All right, look. She were good at following people, was our Maisie. Nosing around in their business. I don't know, mayhap she found something and got silenced for it. I saw her the other night. Skulking around near an old cellar not far from here. I can mark it for you, but I know naught else. And I don't want to talk about this no longer.
You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. God go with you. What in heaven's name shall we do with you now?
Slowly now. Come into the light where I can see you. Wait. You're not one of the scientific staff. Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them. How did you know I was down here? You found it in... You mean to say you were inside the interchange? Just how did you get in there? They sealed the place tight. You found one. Just found a keycard. I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail. Will you just find one? Too ludicrous to be untrue. The interchange. Open again after all this time. Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its contents forever out of reach. But look, do you realize what this means? If you have access to the interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall. You must have seen it. In the interchange. That damned infestation. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site. I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, at first we thought it was benign. Beneficial even, according to the early results. In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability. But it was not purified nearly enough, as it transpired. Its active agent was much more active than we realized. What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form. I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time go deeper. All the way down to the quarantine level. Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. Answers and a way out of here. Here's my keycard. It will get you deeper into the medical section. It was the first sample of the growth that was extracted. We took it to the lab to test it. That was a few months before the disaster. It's a pure sample, and that's what makes it so important. Before you go, you should help yourself to a dose of my inoculant. There's one lying around here somewhere. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with any luck, it will silence the voices in your head. Best of luck.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Dr. Garrow. My helicopter has come down in Casterfell Woods. Damned interference field fried the electronics. There are no survivors. Myself excluded, obviously. Lord, is anyone receiving this? Anyone in the interchange? But of course not. You're all dead in there, aren't you? I'm heading to the village. See if I can't find anyone still alive in this place.
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
That you continue to do well. Much depends upon you continuing to do well.
Watch your step.
I have no tool, right?
Bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
it's you. You did? I see. Well, yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. But I had no reason to kill her. You must believe me. I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption. I suppose so. If she had discovered something, perhaps she was following someone on the day she was killed. Her notes might enlighten you on that front. The shopkeeper? Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you. You're embroiled in this now, as much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village. Not that I'm suggesting you. Well, I'll leave it to your judgment. Thank you. It is a terrible thing to ask, I know. Now that Maisie is dead, there is no one else I can trust to be able to carry out such a task. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? You have? Oh, heavens, may the good Lord protect you. It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. You don't seem to be showing any other symptoms, however. Perhaps the corruption has not taken hold. You may stay without denunciation. For now. Please understand, I have a duty to this village. I do what is necessary to protect my flock. We have seen some very bad times here. I don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I doubt I would understand any of it. Besides which, the village occupies all my time. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Farewell, and God bless you.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangerous. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you, report their presence as soon as possible to the controlling authority. Your vigilance can save lives. Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately. Report early. The contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Hello again. Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look. Just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that un. Tattling folk out to the vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot with old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done. Him? My socks are holier than he is. We give our donations to the church, and in return he keeps the protocol sweet, or so he says. Truth is, he worms his way into people's lives, finds out about matters that won't sit well with soldiers, and holds them over us. Blackmail it is, pure and simple. Oh, aye. Or chuck you in that jail of theirs, which is just as much a death sentence, except slower. All I'm saying is that we messed up, with factories and machines and that. We should have stayed close to the soil. Simple as that. How is that treason? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie... she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go, and I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. You're just the same as her, a bloody quisling.
I'll make you sorry for that.
Volunteers are required for work details on Scattermore. Work out to help out.
News travels fast here. I'm told Morris will no longer cause us any problems in the village. Thank you for finding some sort of resolution to all this. How did you... You're very well informed, I must say. Very well. This key will open a box upstairs. You'll find your payment in there. Farewell, and God bless you.
Practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by...
Ah, it's you. Farewell, and God bless you.
Do as you're told, right?
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot get... You are leaving? Protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. The area you are entering is known to contain outlaws, lunatics, and monstrosities.
Hello again. Well, before everything were a mess, I used to be a tinker. Travelling round, fixing things for folk. Sharpening knives and scissors. Selling pots and pans. Afterwards, couldn't get stuff off the markets to sell anymore. So I thought, Molly, my girl, you need to become a broker. That's what I do. I sort out deals. And I do it fairly. Reputation's about the only thing worth spit now. Nice trading with you. If out new comes into me hands, it goes straight in stock. Just saying. It's worth coming back to see. You need anything, Molly'll be here.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember that your village is one of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone.
Have met Miss Tanner. You should trust no one. You should trust me.
Like we need any more.
Ah, it's you. Farewell, and God bless you.
Time is of the essence. With any luck, Sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Nobody wants any trouble. Should open their bloody eyes. That's all.
The citizens of Wyndham, you are reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to
outcome of Dr. Holder's plan is uncertain. Poison is not a reliable weapon.
Better stay on guard.
It may not. The contamination must be burned. The wound must be cauterized.
Stranger, spotted. Somebody killed the bastard. You
Nothing you don't know the password, do you? Ha, not as much.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned to avoid confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger-happy. If you've plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So, I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? I'm bloody sure the captain knows exactly what I'm up to here. But it helps in its way, and it's good for morale, so he turns a blind eye. Nobody seems to care if I don't turn up for Reveille. And to be honest with you, that's a relief. Some of the stuff the captain has me mates do. Well, you got fellas strung up at Nuremberg, if you catch me drift. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be alright. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandier's RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. See you around, chum.
Behave yourself, Sidney.
Citizens of Wyndham, pagan practices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Any breach of this regulation is punishable by death.
Keep it civilized. They're all troublemakers. Behave yourself, City.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect
Wish we could still get the lights.
Don't be causing trouble, all right?
One more city gives me cheek and I'd pop the bastard.
against the soldiers protecting you here are, in essence, treasonous, and will be treated as such.